Hello. Um, I'm doing this update a little bit early. It is Monday. Um, and my dogs are barking. But it is Monday, but this is going to be my 34-week update. I turned 34 weeks on Wednesday. Really because I just went to the doctor today for my 34-week appointment, and I don't want to do the update on Wednesday and had forgotten everything that she had said. I wanted to do it right now when my kids are all in school, so I have quiet, except for my dogs, and everything's still really fresh. So I went in, and I have lost 3 pounds in the last 2 weeks. I know you're not supposed to be losing weight, but because of my appointment last week, being told that I have diabetes, I really changed up my diet, not severely, because like I said last time, I really don't know what to do, but I just have been minimizing my carbs and staying away from the sweets. I switched my coffee from a hazelnut latte to a sugar-free cinnamon dolce latte. All my grains that I buy are always all whole wheat. I don't buy anything white, so that's something I didn't really change. But I'm just, cutting back on that and trying to balance. Anytime I have like an apple, I'm trying to put in some protein with it, with cheese, or I've been eating a lot of cottage cheese with my fruit, and things like that. So I just little tiny steps that I've been taking. So she's not concerned that I'm losing weight. I have a lot to lose, and because of the change in diet, that's bound to happen. And I've also been walking a lot more since I've been put off of my light duty from having placenta previa. So that was exciting because I hate going in and being like, oh, I just gained some more weight. How much more am I going to gain? I still have 6 weeks left. So seeing it go down is great. I'm okay if it goes down again. I talked to the doctor about being vegetarian while being diabetic, and she said that it's not going to affect my glucose levels personally. Only, she said the only thing it's really going to have an issue with is it's going to be harder to maintain those levels. Because I don't have such a high protein intake, I can't just go eat a chicken breast, which is all protein. I can eat a tofu, a fake chicken breast, which is made out of tofu and other things, which is all carbs. So it's just really hard to maintain my carb intake being vegetarian. So I'm not considering not being vegetarian because that's just my choice, and I've done it for years now, but I am going to try to really start cutting back more on the extra carbs, rather than, because I know I'm getting other carbs within all my other diet, the things that I'm replacing my protein with. Even though we don't eat a lot, we're not the type of vegetarian that goes out and buys some baka burgers and eat those all the time, because those aren't that good for you to begin with. But we do eat the Morningstar stuff here and there. Most of the time our main dishes are just with vegetables. We just don't eat things with meat. We make different types of, if we have Mexican food, we replace our meat with beans. And so we don't really necessarily buy a lot of the fake stuff. But anyways, when we do, have things here and there, and I love the Morningstar sausage patties. Those are probably one of my go-to things in the morning. But besides that, that's good. But I am going to start watching my breads, my pastas, those things a lot more, knowing that it's going to be harder. And so what else did she say? My blood pressure was fine. They didn't tell me the exact number. Normally they do. But my whole visit's it was really focused around whether I've gotten in to see the gestational diabetes, the teacher place, the class that I need to take. And I called them this morning. They called me last Friday, in the afternoon, and I didn't get a chance to call them until a little after 4. And their office closed at 4:15, and I was calling at like 4:06 or something, and I couldn't get a hold of anybody. So I called first thing this morning at 8 o'clock, and they only have 2 classes a week, which are today, Mondays, at 11:30 for 4 hours, or on Tuesdays at 8 a.m. for 4 hours. I can't go today because I have my kids, and I can't go tomorrow because I have my kids. So, I can't go next Monday because I have my kids. I can go, I did sign up for next Tuesday. My husband happens to be off every other Tuesday. So, I can go then. So I just have to cancel my working in my, son's class that day. But that's okay. So I will go next Tuesday. And my doctor told me that they're going to be mad because I've had it for so long and have been testing my sugars, but she said, you know what, just tell them to get over it because this is the best, like it's really their issue with having so little class times and so little hours to get a hold of them. And so she sounds like she hates the place. It's great. It's affiliated with the hospital that I don't want to go to, but I have to because of the insurance. So great. What else? Baby was a happy camper. His heartbeat was great. She never really tells me the rate, but they did tell me that my blood pressure was fine, but they didn't really tell me the numbers, like I said. Oh, I had mentioned this morning, I had some major contractions while I was making lunches for my kids. Like, I was standing there and, like, literally closing my eyes and breathing, and I think I worried my kids a little bit. I tried not to. They were both just standing there staring at me like they didn't know what to do. And it was a bit intense. And lately those have been happening to me 3 or 4 times in a row, you know, a couple times a day. And I know they're mainly just their Braxton Hicks contractions. But my doctor is worried because of the diabetes, you're more prone to have bladder infections, and those bladder infections don't necessarily come with side effects. So she had the urine sample that I left, you know, they test for the proteins, and she dipped that to see if I had an infection, and it came out negative, but it's super dark, and I really struggle with clearing up to have clear urine, and I drink so much water, so I'm kind of concerned because before I had went to my appointment was at 8:45 this morning. I woke up a little before 7, and I've already drank, but by 8:45 I'd already drank it over like 40, somewhere between 40 and 50 ounces of water. That's like almost a full day's worth of water that I'd already drank in the first hour and a half, 2 hours of there, and my urine was still like super dark, and that's normal. And I drink somewhere between 1 to 250 ounces of water a day because I only drink water, and I have a 20-ounce glass. I don't have it around here, but I always have a 20-ounce. I only drink out of 20 ounces because I'm a gulper. So I always go to the fridge and I'll fill up I probably explained this before, but I go and fill it up with 20 ounces and I'll drink the whole thing. And then I'll fill it up again and I'll drink like half of it, and then I'll fill up that half and then I'll sip on that. So, I mean, I drink so much water. And so they had me leave a second urine sample within like 30 minutes, which was difficult, even being pregnant. And they're sending it away to have a culture done on it to see if I have a bladder infection, which could be causing my contractions. So I should hear from them. She said, you know, tomorrow or the day after. If I don't hear from them, then things are all good. So we're crossing our fingers. She also mentioned, Minnie, this is her tail. You're going to put it right in the camera, are you? Are you Minnie? Yes. She also mentioned baby's getting really big. We've kind of known that. And having diabetes, that's another side effect if my sugars aren't under control. So there's higher chances of preeclampsia and having a large baby. And she kind of, without saying anything directly, she kind of hinted towards the fact that there's a good chance it might be delivering earlier because of the size and the preeclampsia and things like that. But my doctor's not the type of doctor who induces. She is like literally last effort, and she doesn't believe in induction unless it's like seriously time, emergency wise. Minnie. Or you're way overdue, or there's issues, emergency. So for her to even like mention that to me is just a little concerning, just because she's just not that type of doctor. She's the type of doctor where you're like, oh, it hurts my back, and you complain, and she's like, like she just has no sympathy. She's like, you're pregnant, there's nothing I can do for you, I'm like, oh, my sciatic nerve hurts so bad. She's like, yep, not much I can do. She's just one of those no-nonsense doctors, but that's actually what I like about her. I don't need a doctor to baby me. I just want a doctor to be like straight up with me and just make sure I'm okay. So everything looks good. I go back in 2 weeks, and then after that I'm down to my weekly appointments. I can't believe it's coming to that. Anything else update for 34 weeks? Last night was the first night that I actually, like by the third time I woke up last night, I actually had the thoughts in my head, wow, I'm kind of getting over this pregnancy thing. Until then, I've kind of been okay with it. I'm just okay. Like I'm not in a lot of pain. I'm not that uncomfortable. I'm still sleeping good. Everything's fine. But last night I actually woke up with horrible gas, and I was burping, and bubbles were coming up, and I almost threw up, and it was just not fun, and I was just miserable because all I wanted to do was go to sleep, knowing that I had to wake up early for this doctor's appointment. But, so last night was, and then waking up this morning and having horrible contractions, I really was like, okay, it's hitting me now. I'm hitting, my last 6 weeks is getting to me, and I'm ready to like hold my baby at this point. So I'm hoping that, oh goodness, oh, excuse me, I'm hoping that, ooh, that was weird. Sorry. I'm hoping that I could still go another couple weeks with being happy, being pregnant. And that last night was just a one-time thing. I'm not ready to have the miserable part. So I think that's it. 34 weeks. Nothing else. Really, I haven't done anything for the baby. Haven't bought anything for the baby. I really need to break out the sewing machine and complete some of my last minute crafts, because I don't even have any bassinet sheets. Gotta make some of those. I'm gonna make some wool soakers out of some wool sweaters, and so much. I have quite a few things, little projects I need to finish up. I need to make wipes. Wow. But I'm having a hard time because school's taking over, so anytime I'm up here, I'm either doing my videos, or I'm working on all my schoolwork, or catching up on my shows on Hulu, or watching YouTube. So I don't have much time to break out the sewing machine and get all that done. But I need to. So that's it for my 34 weeks, and I hope you guys are having a good one.